It's really important to not fall behind when it comes to the backhand return of serve. People are getting really good at the serve these days, regardless of whether they're hard serves or not. If your backhand is getting targeted, I've got 3 return of serves for you today. They're going to help. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a 4-step process for one of those returns that's really going to help. It's going to be easy to digest, and you can take it out to the courts tonight. So if you're ready, let's get started. The first thing that you need to understand when you're getting a serve to your backhand is that footwork is the most important part of this. Luckily, it's a very simple motion. It is just simply a step with your non-dominant and some kind of step with your dominant. It's just a 2-step kind of thing. If you don't step over, meaning if you only step here, your chest is in the way and your backhand is going to have trouble coming back. See how it's kind of stuck back here? And if you do this, then you're getting all spaghetti feet. Although I gotta say, this is a little bit better than the previous one. So when that serve is coming over and you see the trajectory and you notice that it's coming for your backhand, the first thing that needs to pop up in your head is step, step. And it's some kind of combination. It could be step back, step. It could be step, step like this, but it's just that 2-step thing that's going to save you on a lot of these returns. Here's the first serve that we're going to do. We're just going to go for a flat backhand stroke. So after that step, step, what you're going to do is you're going to take your paddle back, just like on a cross-court dink or something along those lines. When you do, you're going to push your paddle forward. You're not going to slice across. That's later, okay? But when you push your paddle forward, what you're going to do, the secret here is you're not allowed to see the front of your face. You see how I'm pointing the front of my face towards you? See that? I'm not allowed to see that. I can't see it. You can, I can't. That's what you want to do. If you do this and you come through like that, you're going to send the ball sky high and they're going to kill that ball, okay? So push the paddle through, and it's almost like you've got a watch on your wrist here and you're trying to point that watch down like this. Yeah, I'm like yanking my wrist down. That's what it's going to feel like. So let me just give you kind of an example here. So if I get a serve to my backhand, like that, okay? Notice where I finished. Look, I cannot see the front of my paddle. See that? And you have to hit this one pretty hard, by the way. So you can see from the back camera back there, kind of the trajectory. Your aim is to get them deep, obviously. Now, do you see that one? You see the difference in the footwork there, right? That was a step behind me like that and then forward, but the principle remains the same. Just push that paddle forward. I'm going to hit them a little bit harder now. Oops. Trying to get them a little deeper here. There we go. That's nice. It's just a simple stroke. Don't overcomplicate it. Nice. That's what you want. This is a very simple backhand stroke to start with. Okay, let me show it to you from this angle now. Pay attention to the footwork and where I finish with the stroke. Nice. See how I turn my feet first? Turn, then I can strike the ball. Feet first, swing later, as I always say. Okay, a little side bonus on that one. That was a crazy good serve. My footwork was a little bit off there. It's gonna happen, but if you see what I did, I kind of like broke my wrist a little bit. That's kind of a last resort thing. If you get stuck in that situation, that's probably what you're gonna have to do. Okay, the two-hander. If you don't have a two-hander yet, all good. I recommend you start to learn one, but here's how you get started with it. Hold the paddle all the way down at the bottom. Ring finger, middle finger, above your index finger. Wrap the thumb all the way around, and then your index finger on the paddle. If you're not used to this, just walk around your house while you're cooking pasta or whatever and just do this. Swing your paddle around. Get used to the weight. Once you do get used to that weight, begin to practice this stroke. This is how you can upgrade your backhand return of serves and develop a two-handed backhand at the same time, which is super cool. Footwork stays the same. It's the same deal. What you're focused on here when it comes to the two-handed backhand is to get the paddle back and to feel like you're hinging this left wrist a little bit. When you do that, you're gonna get a little bit more snap on the ball when you come through. So let me just kind of show you what it looks like here. Now, the most important thing you got to understand here is that you have to really follow through. One of the risky parts of doing a two-handed backhand is that if you come up too much like this, you're just going to hit a really high sort of top spinny shot. And top spin is not a bad idea, obviously, but you have to be really careful about that because you can kind of sky two-handers. So the way you fix that is when you come through, you want to hit the ball a little bit more flat like this. So see how it's more baseball-y instead of pickleball-y, I guess you could say. Try that, so watch. See how these shots are going a little bit lower? There we go, nice. So, hope you guys like that two-hander, really good. Speaking of like, if you don't mind leaving a like on the video, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Showed it to you from this angle again. Again, notice the footwork and notice the follow through. Footwork being probably one of the most important things here. Now, a lot of you out there, including myself, love the backhand slice. But here's the thing. If you're playing with people who can hit the ball really hard, they love slice returns, backspin. Reason is because backspin, when it comes towards your opponent, once it bounces, it's now topspin for your opponent. So when they hit that ball, all you're doing is giving them more topspin nor dip over the net. But you can still do slicey returns, but we have to put a little bit of side spin on them. This is a serve or return of serve that I've been working on recently, where instead of doing top to bottom like this and hitting the ball out here, we're instead gonna focus on slicing out in front of us instead. This is really great for body serves as well. So the footwork, it's pretty much the same, kind of the same, but you're probably gonna be a little bit more open. So let me show you what it looks like here. Notice how I'm hitting the ball out in front of me, but I'm not hitting it way out to my side where you're gonna get traditional topspin. I'm hitting it towards the end of the stroke where it's a little bit more side spinny. This takes most of that backspin off. It's not going to be perfect, obviously, but it takes most of that off, and it also bounces, it helps to bounce the ball to the side, which is really cool. Once again, watch it from the side angle, but instead, notice how far out in front of me I hit it. See how low they're going? It's really what you want. You want that low trajectory. Okay, I really hope I'm in frame. I'm sorry if I'm not. The camera is as far back as it'll go, but I want to start over now and show you those three serves. So we're just going to do a little bit. So here's the basic backhand ground stroke, like that. A little deeper. That's a little better. That's better. That's not good. You don't want them that short. There we go. That's nice. Ooh, good serve. Okay, two-hander. Okay, slice. Now from this angle, you're not going to see the bounce, but on the other camera you should. Notice on the camera behind the baseline, notice the bounce. Now I want to give you a really simple step-by-step process to use this backhand return tonight. I know I gave you a lot of information. I know it can be kind of overwhelming. I totally get it. Do this. 4 steps. Just have these 4 steps in mind. Non-dominant, dominant, back, forward, don't see your face. That's it. That's all you got to do. Make sure your swing is very shouldery. No wristy stuff, okay? So, non-dominant, dominant, back, forward. Do not see the front of your face. That is it. Take that to the courts tonight. Non-dominant, dominant, back, forward. Non-dominant, dominant, back, forward. Non-dominant, dominant, back, forward. Non-dominant, dominant. You can just say this to yourself. Non-dominant, dominant, back, forward. La 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 la. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, guys, I hope that was helpful. Start with that 4-step process on the one-handed backhand. That's where I want you to begin. And also use that to just practice a one-handed backhand in general. The principles still apply. I have a video on a one-hand backhand drive and a one-handed backhand cross-court third shot drop that you need to check out. I will link them. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you next time.